I think, therefore I am, or I am, therefore I think. The easiest way to purify the mind is to be who you are. Before any thinking takes place. Being that silent, unmanifest self, who's naturally so close to Baba. This being is beyond giving or taking. Beyond preferences or resistances. And that is why the being doesn't suffer any experience or cling to any experience. Not even wanting or not wanting any experience. Because the being is not entangling with the mind, manipulating it or controlling it. All the illusions begin to dissolve. When you don't suffer or cling to any experience. Because every experience has a story. And the storyless being is untouched by any story. There are no good or bad stories, no good or bad experiences. For the one whose embodiment of the highest experience, and that is being constant. Igras. Only that one can be not in conflict with any experience offered by the mind. Being is still. Effortlessly aware of the moving images, moving thoughts, but he's not moving with it. Baba is the epicenter of stillness. Most beautiful thing is, with Baba, the being can not only experience his stillness, which is constant, never changes, but he can also experience the movements. Movements of the body, sensations. What an experience. Pleasant or unpleasant, doesn't matter. All is accurate for this being of light. Being is not impressed by the silence of the mind. And being is not disturbed by the chaos of the mind. Only from that place of witnessing, mind purifies. Silently present. Facing Baba. Are there any images in Baba? Does Baba have any body? Is he judging you or your mental state? Just Nyara and Pyara, completely detached and loving is his presence. It's not any concentration, based on some ego mind's effort. It's just the natural inclination of the soul. Be facing Baba, not for some benefit of wanting some silence of the mind, being the truth, supreme truth, holds the being naturally. And Baba reveals to this tiny seed that you are not just some inert seed, you're a living seed. And within you, the seed, there is a constant movement, constant activity. But Baba wants the seed to know his stillness, despite that movement within it. And because now the being knows about it. And why is Baba wanting the being to know about it? It's because otherwise the movement within is suffer. That is why he gives this knowledge of drama. So that the still being can come to know that he's not inside of that drama within him and outside of him. But the seed is that unmanifest, still silent reality. That is you. That is your truth. And within the seed, there's a potential for the expression of these variety of energies. Which creates a living drama. When they manifest. But I am forever a still seed. This is what soul sees when it's facing Baba. So content. Because knowing I can never be that which is recorded within me. This complete contentment with the parts recorded within the self. Because I, the being, I am embodiment of contentment. Would not want my part to be any other way. This is what the being sees facing Baba. Why? Because Baba is in total love and acceptance of the seed and the potential within it as it is. He's not trying to fix or change my parts recorded within me, because he knows they're perfect and accurate just the way they are. And I sense that from him too. So there's a natural emergence of my own sense of contentment in the light of his vision. And the being then uses his silent language with Baba. Filled with gratitude. That thank you, Baba, for allowing me to see my true nature of being embodiment of contentment and also appreciating, respecting, and loving all my parts recorded within me. And this is natural love and natural acceptance that the being experiences from Baba. Baba is not mentally affirming it. That is his eternal attitude. And that which is his attitude is my attitude. The inefficiencies or the efficiencies of the parts are the label which are also recorded within the mind. And that is why when I, the being, surrender the mind to God, I surrender the entire duality to God. Neither do the efficiencies or inefficiencies, nor the efficiencies belong to me. I don't own the mind. I don't own the intellect. I don't own the sanskars. But I do own Baba's heart. So now, if any thoughts or feelings emerge of any kind of discontentment, that's okay. They don't belong to you. What belongs to you is Baba's heart, which is full of contentment. So as the discontentment comes, Aitapeng can see from his heart place and his heart space. Is there any attachment? To the old nature of the mind? Old way of thinking of the mind? Just very gently, non-judgmentally, impersonally, not suppressing, not expressing, just being aware. And after being aware, turn away because it's stranger to you. Even attachment to the old thinking pattern. Attachment is also a thought, is also a stranger to you. All thoughts are strangers to you. The thoughtless being. Observe, turn away towards Baba. You don't interact with strangers. You let them go their way and you go your way. And see how Baba's feeling you. Being is so much more interested in that. Baba is not just a light. He feels. He's the absolute living light. And his feelings don't change. And those are my feelings too. His love for me, the bodiless being. So natural. Thoughtless and wordless love. It's like even his heart has that anhadnad. For me, the being. Silent love. Thoughtless, wordless love. That continues. And I see the same echoing in my heart. No thoughts needed, no words needed. A japa jap, unbroken chant, unspoken chant. The humdrum of the inner world just leave it alone. Be that stillness and silence that you are. Immersed in Baba, in his love. Leave all the manifest world and the manifest thoughts for him to take care. Just be immersed silently in his love. You don't need any thoughts to exist. And you don't even need thoughts to experience his love. Nothing is more real than Baba. The being is experiencing his undisturbed and undisturbable truth. Nothing can touch. This pure, pristine truth of the being. Images may come as a flash, Some past thought may come. It's okay. It's not touching you. Just 2 tiny points. You're not trying to hold any space. You're not trying to maintain anything. You're just being. And if something comes up, from the old mind or the old intellect or the old story, it's okay. You're not in conflict with it. You're not trying to chase it away. You're aware. These are just the movements. Which are within you, the soul. Coming into expression on the screen of the mind out of habit. It's okay. You are not your mind. Just look at Baba. You're not denying anything. You're not suppressing anything. You're not trying to create an experience. No, not at all. But indulging in the truth beyond the senses. And this truth is constantly present. It never fades. It may appear to be faded, but it never fades. It never disappears for it to reappear. It always is and always there. Within me, there can be dance of forms and dance of images. There can be movements of thoughts and sounds, but I'm not moving. Some memories can come up, or nothing may be there, or something may come. We're not looking for an experience. We're just being. Undistracted by the imaginations in the world of mind's stories. I understand the nature of mind is to tell stories. So I, the being, am not disturbed by its storytelling nature. Because I, the being, am pure contentment, silent contentment. Action is not in conflict with my stillness. Words are not in conflict with my silence. Thoughts are not in conflict with my thoughtlessness. I know I am ever present as presence in the heart of every experience of the moment, of here and now. So when I move my body to come into action, I'm still the same. Silence still being. Combined with my Father, never alone. We both together come into action together. We both together come into words together. We both together think together. We both together feel together. Together we talk. Together we walk. I never change. So it's not like because the nature of the experience changes, I am changing. No. Changeless one is moving, talking, even dancing. It doesn't matter. The being am still the same. Let that spontaneous creativity, as Baba said today of an artist, every soul is an artist. Not necessarily painting or singing or dancing, but it's quite an art to be thoughtless, that you are receiving a thought from Baba. And this is natural to every being. It's a natural art, not an acquired art. Because every being is thoughtless, bodiless. So when I take the thought from the supreme artist, and I, the bodiless and the thoughtless one, wears that subtle costume of Baba's thought, and bring it naturally, without any effort, choicelessly, effortlessly into expression. That's why Baba calls me the co-creator of heaven with him. And this natural art is available to each and every soul. Only thing is, let go of any ownership of any thoughts in the scripted mind. And see in every moment, Baba is present with the being. He's wanting you to allow him. Play the part with him. So keep so close to him. The only responsibility is to be with him. The rest, he will take care. as you go about your heart as it unfolds. Just know that nothing about you is changing. Baba is really having this very pure wish that my every child who's the embodiment of experience knows that the experience of truth is nirantar, unbroken. Actions are really just a medium for you, the being, to allow that silent truth be present, even in the most active moments. Just know that all this activity is also happening within you. It can't happen without you. The ever-present presence. You are allowing that manifestation of every moment to take place. Because of the self that is ever-present presence. Even in the midst of intense scenes, even in the midst of intense emotions in the mind, I, the being, am ever-present presence. Just with that knowing, nothing will ever be able to control you. Manifestation is not just at the external level, which the eyes can see. Even the mind is a manifestation platform for the soul. Chaotic or peaceful mind cannot exist without you, the presence. Just know that. Know you, and everything else will get purified. Even confusion, doubt cannot exist without you, the ever-present, silent presence. These are just energies that are coming up, showing up for a temporary period of time. They're not trying to disturb you, the soul. You can't be disturbed. You're just coming up, showing up. Will stay for as long as they need to, and they will leave. Just know you and keep your attention on Baba and you. Don't get busy fixing it or manipulating it in any way. They don't need your interference. Just keep attention on Baba and self. It's an experience, very fleeting, very harmless. It is this being that can know it to be harmless. The ego finds its own thinking threatening, will work on getting rid of it, suffer it, and then feel disheartened about it. And then criticize itself. And then give up on itself. Because that keeps it all alive. But it's quite harmless, believe it or not, if you can understand it. And see it for what it is. It's just the very nature of the mind at this time. It's on automated. The wise one will know it. The wise one doesn't have the sense of feeling threatened in any way. The wise one knows it's on automated. It's not trying to create trouble on purpose. No. In that sense, it's quite innocent. But I am innocent with wisdom. So I don't entangle with it. I just stay indulging in God's company and come into action from there. Everything. Think with Him, talk with Him, act with Him, everything with Him. It's very simple. And then This machinery slows down and then merges. Quietens. The mind becomes one with the soul. It ceases to have a separate existence. It purifies. It serves. It also comes back to its true nature. So don't think yourself into being, but being can use the thinking. Nothing will change as we step out of this scene. It will be a different scene, different activity, different experience. But the true experience, the primary experience, doesn't change. And that is Baba and I, inseparable, constant, silent, changeless presence. So nothing is changing. In the being. Om Shanti.